Hey folks, this is Michael Temby. I am out here in Bethel Island in California at a community called Delta Coves, and we've invited one of our homeowners here. This is John, and we were just going to talk to John a little bit about how you first heard about Delta Coves, and when you first arrived, what did you see? What was the impact when you arrived, and how did you hear about Delta Coves, John?
Well, I got one word. It was just a wow moment for me and my wife both. My wife basically gave me a stipulation. You have to be within 45 minutes of my parents who live in Livermore, and need to be in the water, has to be hot, go find something. Now, with that criteria, first thing I looked for was I found Discovery Bay, because you look and that's what you migrate towards. Obviously, I needed something new. So I got creative, and I kind of expanded the Google map and realized there was the same kind of a structure or the landscaping up north. And when I logged on to Delta Coves, or Bethel Island to be more exact, up came new homes. Drove my wife out here as a total surprise, going through Vasco and so forth. She found that pleasing, until we made the last turn and came up to the model homes. I don't think we looked back at that point. We just simply said, when is this going to happen?
That's wonderful. And when you made that decision, were you a boating family, or had you ever experienced any type of waterfront living?
I was somewhat into boating back in Hong Kong, where I was born and raised. However, over here, as a family, we're not. And we got to learn a lot about the Delta, it's the environment, the whole boating aspect of it, encouraged by our dear newfound neighbors on how to actually go about getting the boating license and get some tidbits about what to and what not to do. So it's been almost educational at the same time.
Great. And when you talked a little bit about your neighbors and giving you some tidbits about boating, I understand that in Delta Coves, there's a private club area that's called Island Camp. Could you share your experiences at Island Camp and what that has done for you, and talk about the new relationships that you've developed due to the private club area?
Well, Island Camp is almost like a home that came with my home. The best way to put it. It's an extension of my house. I mean, what does it not have? It's got everything I need. And it gets the, as we have monthly gatherings over here, potlucks, it really gets the whole community together. And we have a great time socializing, meeting new owners at the same time. As a matter of fact, I actually came to one of them prior to purchase and realized what the positive energy was. And ever since, Island Camp's been our center point of, shall we say, of family and unity among the community itself.
That's great. I also understand that Island Camp and the developer have a community life program where they engage community members into activities and clubs, and your meeting these friends, newfound friends, has actually led to you privately with a group basically starting your own vacation club, and you vacation together with a group of neighbors yearly. I think that's something.
You're very right. We went from, hi, I'm the new owner, to, can I come over to your house? And yes, it's open door policy. I mean, when we have our neighbors over here having a party, you don't ask, we just show up, and we've been family ever since. And now it's leading to vacationing together, and we're on our third year going to Hawaii with the same group. So it's been incredible how this escalates to not just finding new friends, but almost new family members that you never knew existed.
Right. So we also talked a little bit about how we believe that probably throughout the nation, but mostly we're really close to Silicon Valley and the peninsula in San Francisco. And we truly believe that 90% probably of the folks that live from San Jose up the peninsula into San Francisco don't even realize that the Delta exists, let alone Bethel Island, and let alone Delta Coves. We would like to reach out to the future homeowners or weekend getaway where they have a weekend vacation spot that don't even realize that they may be the owners. If you could get a message to those folks, what would your message be?
The best kept secret in the entire Bay Area. When I explain that to my friends, there's a lot of head scratching going on. Where's this island? What are we talking about? There's an island? Yes, there's an island on the Delta, and that's just the beginning portion of it. I think the message to send them is that if you want a truthful change in your personal life and also with your family, the elements around where I live truly bring that to forefront. And I'll give you an example. I got neighbors who moved here and said, I'm thinking of retiring. Well, they retired earlier. And I've got others who are working and they decided we're going to work remotely, whatever it takes. That's me. I did that. I promised my wife, I said, we will try best we can not to go into our businesses and scale our businesses. Actually helped me to go to a whole new level of understanding how you can actually work remotely. And this allows me to be here more often. So there's a lot of value as far as I see it, not to mention surrounded by water. It's incredible. The sunrise and sunsets are almost customary every morning and every evening to us. So we're truly, I think I'm personally blessed that I got exposed to this, and I sure hope the next future residents could find themselves over here and see the same difference.
That's wonderful. I think that there's one more item I'd like to touch on in closing, and that is, I think that you have 2 children, 2 daughters.
Yes.
And 2 new son-in-laws.
Oh, yeah.
And how has that impacted your children? The fact that you and your wife made the decision to move to this resort-like community, and how has that affected them, and what are their thoughts when they come to be with their parents and in-laws?
Yeah, that was actually almost tearful for me when I first had them come over and meet with my newfound family, my neighbors. The comment they made was, Dad and Mom, you found something that is so comforting for us that I think, it tears me up just to think about it. Now that I'm saying it, it's incredible. They said you found your own frat party to live in, and I think you're going to be just fine. So that alone made me so comfort as far as, how comfortable we feel moving forward, that we have the acknowledgement that now we can move on because Dad and Mom's taken care of for the rest of their lives.
You made me cheer up just a little bit too. So I appreciate it so much. I'm blessed that I have that same thing with our children and grandchildren. And I just want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to do this with us, John. And
you bet.
Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.